It has been a really rough couple of days as a Buckeyes fan, and oh man, big game coming up Saturday. I mean, it's just all back. We had a nice little run there, 6, 7 months, whatever it's been since the national title, 10, 11 months. But oh man, it's all back now. They're back in full force. People on the national media, national fans. I mean, I had one fucking guy was like, I'm a Utah fan that lives in California, and I fucking hate Ohio State. I mean, first of all, that guy's probably got some mental problems. I mean, why the fuck was that? Why would that guy? Is it an Urban Meyer thing? Maybe is he still bent because he left Utah all those years ago? I mean, I don't know. It'd be like me sitting here in Ohio as an Ohio State fan, being like, I fucking hate Washington State. Why? That type of shit. It gets a lot. I can understand if you're a rival fan. You're from Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, whatever, one of the rival schools, even Alabama. Some of their fans, Ohio State fans as well. I don't know. That's a whole nother story though. But I don't know. As you can probably hear in the voice, I'm not super stoked on the game. Fucking boner boy, Jim Harbaugh himself in Michigan versus Ohio State. Sunday morning I was totally freaked out. I just thought, how the hell this team's imploding? How the hell are they going to recover by next Saturday and play Michigan? But feeling a little bit better. I don't know how I feel about Herb and Ezekiel Elliot and that whole deal. Whatever. It's odd. It's like the Manziel and the Browns thing. Manziel apparently went out, had a few drinks. I guess he's just not allowed to drink. That's part of the deal. I don't know how bad off he was, but I guess that's apparently the deal with the Browns. They're like, dude, just no partying, period. Zero tolerance on the partying, dude. Or something along those lines. So he's benched, third string quarterback now. Get out of here. Whereas Herb and Ezekiel Elliott go out, they have dinner together. Herb talks about how they're going to be friends for 30 years and he's a bad motherfucker and he's the starting running back and this and that. And, well, meanwhile, they're one of the best teams every year and the Browns suck every year. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with anything. But I just thought that was interesting. It was kind of interesting, right? Anything to get me to quit thinking about Boner Boy. I'm nervous. Oh my God. Could you imagine how bad it's going to be as an Ohio State fan if they lose this game? It's bad enough that they're most likely not even going to be in the playoffs now, but all the talk, you've been hearing it, I'm sure, if you're a Buckeyes fan. Every time they play somebody, they lose. Oh, God. Overrated. Oh, God. Strength of schedule. Oh, God. As if, Virginia Tech was a 500 team when they scheduled that game, sure. Even Hawaii, Jesus Christ, man. When they scheduled that game, Hawaii was scoring 50 points a week. Who knew they were going to? So I don't know. Thank God it looks like Oklahoma's got it back together. So Oklahoma's on the schedule next year. But it won't fucking matter. I don't know. This is the worst preview video ever. Seems like Michigan throws the ball more than they run the ball. That was one thing that was surprising to me once I started looking into them. Once I got past the fact that their coach occasionally pops a boner at press conferences, paid attention to what they've done on the field. I couldn't watch a whole game, though. I even tried to watch one of them fast-forwarded 60-minute games on Big Ten Network. Couldn't do it. It's that fucking Joey Butt, or whatever that fucking tight end's name is. I hate that guy. I hate all those dudes. I hate those stupid fucking helmets. So I don't know, man. You know how bad it's hot. I don't even want to think about it. I'm going to watching the game with some friends. One of them's a Michigan fan. Guy doesn't even, particularly not even a sports fan, but somehow his whole life he's just always liked Michigan football. That's just the one thing he's into. It's odd. I don't know. So he's going to be there. It's not going to be good. So I'm not making a prediction. All right, I guess just to kind of follow up, I didn't really have a point. Just my thought there on the whole Ezekiel Elliott and Coach Meyer, Coach Pettin and Johnny Manziel thing. Look, apparently the deal is with Johnny Manziel, he just hasn't performed, and the Browns they're not down with the party, and they're like, look, dude, if you're gonna be the leader, the starting quarterback, we need you to fucking chill out on the party and take your job seriously. It's affecting your play, dude. You're out there fucking living it up, being the party animal. Meanwhile, we suck and you suck. So that's the deal. Well, look, he has a decent game apparently. They get a bye week and boom, right off, back out, fucking hitting the booze, apparently. So they were just like, look, dude, we told you. You're back to the fucking bench. Third string, you're done for, at least for now. Who knows? Speculation, he's done forever. But in my mind, look, man, I'm not going to get up here on my fucking high horse and be like, oh, they're doing the right thing. But yeah, man, basically they're doing the right thing in my mind. That's what I would do. If I was the coach, that would be the decision I would make. Then you got fucking the situation with Ezekiel Elliot and Urban Meyer. Look, I love Zeke. I fucking love him on the Buckeyes. An awesome player. But dude, just a freak out. Just one moment, man, when finally the shit hits the fan. They lose a game. He has a bad game. And just to fucking totally implode. His first instinct was just to bail on the team, throw the coaches under the bus. It's kind of like, dude, fuck you. I don't want that attitude around this team. Ultimately, and there was a lot of people that tried to make the point, like, hey, man, he's just looking out for himself. Ultimately, he's an individual in a team sport, and he's just trying to fucking further himself, looking out for Ezekiel Elliott. Well, I don't know if he helped his cause by doing what he did, and I hear that and all, but look, ultimately, I think it's a team sport, and I think that's how you win national titles, and that's what I'm looking for as a fan. It's that simple. So, I don't know, just to give Zeke a pass and be like, whatever. He can, he basically was just given a free pass. So it's interesting. That would be like, that's the wrong decision. So here you got the Browns doing the right thing and the Buckeyes doing the wrong thing, just in my opinion. But meanwhile, you got the fucking Buckeyes contending for national titles, and you got the Browns who suck. So that's the dilemma, dude. Sometimes doing the right thing, well, doesn't fucking matter in the Browns' case. They can do the right thing, the wrong thing, whatever. Guess you could argue. Who knows, man? I don't know. For the record, I don't know what Manziel's deal is. But apparently, maybe the partying was affecting his play. 'Cause I don't think they can just tell. I don't think they just go up to the average guy on the roster and tell him he's not allowed to drink, he's not allowed to party, he's not allowed to leave town. So I guess with Manziel, they're just like, look, dude, here's the deal. You don't even fucking know how to get the offensive lineman lined up for a play. Meanwhile, you're out here acting like you're Gronk. It's all right for Gronk to go out and fucking live it up, party, bang porn stars, get wasted. He's got the rings, bitch. Imagine the talk goes something like that with old Johnny Football. But I'm still rooting for the guy, man. Hopefully he somehow pulls it together. I don't know. I don't know if you ever saw that goddamn reaction video when they drafted him. I was pretty pumped for about 15 minutes, and I was like, God damn it, those dudes never work out. Not only is he just that kind of mobile, I don't even know what the fuck happened, man. I just hit stop on that shit. Anyhow, so he's one of them mobile quarterbacks with all the crazy college stats. They just don't ever seem to work out. Occasionally they will, I guess, but, the size thing, whatever. I thought possibly, that doesn't matter at all. It doesn't always matter at quarterback. But now, after seeing him play now, I kind of do see why it does matter. It's just you can't absorb those hits at that size at quarterback. At least he can't. I don't know. They always talked about how big his hands were. Then how big his feet were. And then I talked about how big his dick must have been. And everybody gets all upset. That's what they should, I think somebody pointed out at one point, that should be what they do at the combine. Just that should be at least one of them. You got like the 40-yard dash, the high jump, and then you just fucking whip your dick out and throw it on a scale. Big dick equals good at football. Apparently not in the case of Johnny Manziel. I don't know where that really came from. I don't know what this whole video is going to be like, but I think I'm just going to put it all together. The non-preview of the Michigan Boner Boy Ohio State game, and this fucking rambling, babbling I've done about Johnny Manziel and the Browns and the moral standard I set. Alright, guys, I'm out of here. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.